integrity in leadership. Okay, prior to further discussion or sharing session for today program, I just would like to introduce myself, yeah, as maybe some of you know me before. So I'm Muhammad Anuar Arshad, a senior lecturer from School of Management, and also currently program chair for Rovers program in Core Curriculum Center. Yeah. So I've been with Rovers USM for almost 6 years. Yeah, and mingle around with batches of students in the past, and currently I also still handling hundreds of students in Kumpulan Latihan Kelana Siswa USM. So actually, student is very close to my heart. Yeah, I like to what we call it, be with them, mingle with them, communicate with them, and try to mold them to be a very good future leader. So I am very attached to the student activities and leadership program or development program for students. Yeah. And although, as what Puan Farhana had said earlier, yeah, I used to involve a series of training program under University Science Malaysia, under the private organizations as well as public organizations outside of USM. Yeah. So hopefully with my past experiences, yeah, and my current knowledge, I will be able to share some of my understanding, yeah, some of my knowledge with student leaders or future leaders of the country, and hopefully you be able to shape yourself, or you are able to form yourself to be a very good leader, and can be someone reliable and can be dependent upon in the future. Yeah, all right. So today our topic is about ethics and integrity in leadership. Yeah. So the objective of this program is actually to deepen your understanding on what is leader, what is leadership, what is ethics, what is integrity, and what is ethical leadership, as well as integrity in leadership and your role as a future leader for our beloved country. So, hopefully, at the end of this program, you are able to at least realize your strength and your weaknesses, what needs to be improved in yourself to be a good future leader, or a leader that can be trusted by the nations to lead the country, to lead the nation to a dream destination. Yeah. So it is very, very important to look at that point when we want to be a leader. Yeah. A leader with high level of ethics and high level of integrity. All right. Let's move to our topic of discussion today. So I believe that each and everyone in this session, and even not attending these sessions, are a leaders. Yeah. So leaders can be categorized. Yeah, leader can be categorized into formal leader and informal leader. Yeah. So if you are currently appointed to be a leader of an organizations or a club or a society, or even the student, what we call that, representative, yeah, of your school, or even to the university. So you can claim that you are a former leader because you've been appointed by someone, by an organization, by your society or your club. So other than that, there are numbers of informal leaders, yeah, in the society. So first and foremost, you are leader to yourself. Yeah, you are a leader to yourself. You cannot deny that. You have to accept that you are a leader to yourself. How you carry yourself, how you present yourself, how you want to people perceive you as a person, and how you more or less like strategize yourself to achieve your dream, to achieve your ambition. Yeah, it is all about how you lead yourself towards your dream, towards your destinations, towards your what we call that ambition. So you yourself have to be a good leader, ethical leader with high level of integrity in leading yourself, in what we call that presenting yourself to the people, to the society, and to the community. If you done with that, if you're done with that and you're happy with that and people can accept you well, then you can be a very good leader. So, knowing that you have been appointed now, yeah, as a leader, without knowing what sort of quality within yourself, yeah, and why people select you, why people choose you to be a leader, why they appoint you to be a leader, you might not know what is your strength and weaknesses. Yeah, people see you differently and you may perceive yourself differently. So, let's look at what is the definition of a leader. Okay, next slide is what is leader. Yeah, so I picked few definition, yeah, and few quotes on what is the definition or the understanding on leader. So from the Merriam-Webster, yeah, dictionary, yeah, it defines leader as someone who guides other people, someone or something that is ahead of others in a race or competition. A powerful person who controls or influences what other people do, a person who leads a organization. So, the words in this definition is someone who guides other people. Please remember that when you are a leader, you are hoped by others to guide them to a right path, to do a right thing. Yeah, a guide. Yeah, you are a guide, meaning not to say you are we call an expert of everything, but you are someone who can guide, you can lead other people to a destiny, to a right direction, and so forth. The second definition pick up from this website, yeah, say that a leader is a person who influences a group of people towards the achievement of a goal. Yeah. First definition says you are a. Second person is you are the influencer. Yeah, you are having the capacity to influence. Yeah, to grab. Yeah, to grab the attention, to grab the support, to gain all those strength from other people. Yeah, to achieve the agreed goal. Meaning, when you are in the society, the goal set in the society has to be agreed upon, yeah, by the members as well. And next definition said a person's or thing that a dominant or superior position within its field and is able to exercise a high degree of control or influence over others. Yeah, you cannot be expert in everything, but you have to be someone expert within your field, and you have a generalized or general, or we call that having a general knowledge on other, and are able to respect, to support from us. Yeah, holds a dominant or superior position in certain areas. Yeah, for example, in research, or we call that aspect, you have to be someone expert. Yeah, or on certain tasks, need to be someone expert in that field. Yeah, then only you can obtain respect and people can listen to you. Yeah, and there are two quotes I want to share with you, which to me very meaningful quotes from Lao Tzu, saying that a leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, we did it ourselves. Yeah, a leader, yeah, here, Lao Tzu said is about we did it ourselves. Mean a leader can always claim that I do it, I do it, I say it. So we have agreed upon, yeah. A leader have to use a right self-address or how he should address himself to say that it is a collective agreement, or it is what we call that collective decision. So meaning that people feel they are part of it. So people feel appreciated. So that's why leaders will always be someone who other can feel the existence of him, and he will always say that we. So to acknowledge the presence of others. Yeah. And I think that this quote, yeah, from Ronald Reagan, I think people know these persons very well, yeah, from United States. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest thing. Must remember that. Who does, not necessarily the one who does the greatest thing, but he is the one that gets the people to the greatest thing. Yeah, because you may not be an expert of certain area, but you are a very good motivator. You are a very good guider. You are a very good, what we call it, supporter to your people. Yeah, you will always be very positive. You will always encourage. You will always uplift the motivation, the spirit of others, so they are able to show their level best of potential, and they become very best members and very best contributor to the society or to the organization. So, leader can be said someone who is a guide, who is an influencer, who is not an expert of everything, but need to be someone good at certain thing, and also who will always appreciate and acknowledge the existence of their members or the followers, and also always produce a great people. Yeah, produce a great people, meaning a good leader produce a good future leader or a good followers. That this is I think very fair definitions and very good definition, just to look at ourselves, yeah, whether we have the attributes or not, because we are now a leader, or either we are former leader or we are an informal leader. So look at ourselves. Do we have that attributes? Yeah. And if we don't have that, and we have to deepen our knowledge on how to be a good leader. So it is also an interesting quote from John Quincy Adams, saying that if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more, and you are a leader. So meaning here is, you are not a superior person in your organization, but your role there is to produce the best people in your, what we call that, management, yeah, in your supervision, yeah. So you don't need to be the best, but you produce the best. That is your best quality of leader, yeah. Because now what we can say that some people, when they want they appointed to be a leader, they try to show themselves as very superior. They will always do the best. They are the only who contribute the best to the organizations, and neglecting the potentials of others, the idea of others, the what we call that, the strength of others. So it doesn't really healthy, and it does not really good, yeah, to behave in such way if you are a true leader. Yeah, so a leader is more or less like a facilitator. Yeah, you are actually fitting all the strengths. Yeah, you are what we call that, merging, yeah, combining all the strengths of your followers to make sure your organization, your society become the best. Yeah, this is not about you, but everyone under your supervision, under your management, can emerge to be the best in their own field. Yeah, so this is very, very true. Yeah, what we call the quotes from John Quincy Adams. Yeah, it's about inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, become more, and you are a leader. Yeah, all right. Okay, next slide. We will talk about what is leadership. Yeah, all right. When there is a leader, then there is a leadership style, or the way the person lead the organization. Yeah, it is called leadership. So what sort of leadership the person is actually portraying, showing, or practicing while they are leading the organization or the society? There are varieties of leadership style, yeah, and it is a very fair claim saying that there is no one best leadership style. But a good leader, they are good at using which leadership style appropriate at certain time, at certain condition, to certain people, and to certain objectives that they want to achieve. So among all the leadership style, yeah, you have to, if you are a leader, you have to be good, or you have to what we call that, well versed. Yeah, you have to understand well all those leadership style, and you must know how to engage with that style at any time you need to use that leadership style. Yeah, so there is no one best leadership style, but as a person, maybe you are very, or we call that, obvious in using one type of leadership style, but you cannot neglect the leadership style in managing your people and in managing your followers. Yeah. So there are few, yeah, definition about leadership. First, leadership is about motivation. Yeah, it's motivation for others. It equals results, and it can also represent inspiration. Yeah. So leadership is about inspiring. It's about motivating. And secondly, it's about leadership. Successful leadership is leading with heart. Yeah, not just head. Must remember, from your heart. You have to be very sincere. You have to be very truthful. Yeah, in managing your people, in what we call it, guiding them through. Yeah, in motivating them. So leading with the heart. Yeah, not the head. They possess qualities like empathy, compassion, and courage. This is what Bill George said. Yeah, a quote from Bill George. Yeah. All right, another quote, yeah, from Bernard Montgomery, saying that leadership is the capacity and will to rally people to a common purpose, together with the character that inspire confidence and trust. Yeah, the capacity, yeah, your ability and will. Yeah, meaning that it has to come from your heart. Yeah, you cannot be a fake leader or just act to be a leader, and people can know that there is insincerity in your act. Yeah. And from Warren Bennis, he said that leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Yeah, as a leader, definitely you will set a vision and missions of your society. So a person without vision and mission, I guess we can question the reasons for being and the reasons for their existence, because they have no objective, they have no direction, they have no aim in their life. So when you become a leader, set a realistic vision, meaning you are able to realize the vision. Yeah, you are having the capacity to translate your vision into reality. Don't set unrealistic vision. Yeah, it is very important because it will jeopardize your reputations at the end, because you being unrealistic. Okay, next, quotes from Scott Berken says that I think leadership comes from integrity, and you can see the words integrity here. Yeah, that you do whatever you ask others to do. I think there are known obvious ways to lead. Yeah, just by providing a good example as a parent, as a friend, a neighbor makes it possible for other people to see better ways to do things. So leadership does not need to be a dramatic, yeah, fist in the air and trumpet blaring activity. Yeah, it is not and becoming a good actor or actress. Yeah, it is not about being a clown. Yeah, it is not about being a what we call that uh, a musician's without soul. Yeah, so it is about what you actually what we call that portray or you what we call that express something from your heart. Yeah, it's come from sincerity, your truthful thought, yeah, your genuine what we call that uh, intention, yeah, your genuine intention and so forth. You must remember, for example, now when you are a student leader, yeah, you are not leading someone very far below you. They are more or less like your friend. They are at par with you. Maybe your classmates, maybe your colleagues, maybe your roommates. Yeah, they are more or less at the same age with you. Yeah, they have same level of intellectual, for example. So being a student leader, managing people which is at par with you is much more tricky as compared to a leader to a lower level. For example, age, lower age from you, far. For example, you are a teacher of a primary school, for example, you know that they are very young person, or you are a teacher of the secondary school, for example, then they are very much lower age than you. It's much more easier, yeah, as compared to a person that leading their peers, yeah, their friends, yeah, they are, for example, like your family members. You are a leader of your family, for example, not put aside your father or your mother, but you are leading your members of your family. So in this situation, the trick, the strategy, the style, much more very challenging, and you have to be very sure on what you are doing, and you have to be much more transparent for you to get the trust and confidence of the members. Yeah, so that is the reasons why Scott Bacon said that, yeah, leadership comes from integrity. Yeah, integrity rooted from sincerity. Yeah, you take that responsibility as a leader, because not because you have your personal interest behind that positions, but you really want to do something good for other people, for the society, and for the organization. Next quote is from Miles Monroe. Yeah, and this quote says that leadership is the capacity to influence. Again, the word influence there. others, influence others through inspiration, motivated by passion, generated vision, produced by a conviction, and ignited by a purpose. See, leader, you must have a very clear vision, yeah, and you have to have what we call the patience in doing that. So a leader with a great passion, they don't know what we call that. They don't even feel tired. They never feel upset, and they will always positive. You know, whether they are successful or in failure, they will always positive, and they will always like a spark, yeah, to the members, and people give energy to the members, and they are always being a source of power to the members of the organizations or their followers. Yeah. So vision, convictions, and also purpose. Yeah. And Bill Bradley said that leadership is unlocking people potential to become better. Yeah, this is what Adam Quincy said just now. Yeah, you are inspiring others to do more, to learn more, and become more. Yeah, unlock. Meaning here is, if you what we call that, aware of the strength of your followers, then you have to what we call that, embrace that. You have to what we call that, let the persons know and motivate the person to go further. For example, here is, if you know that your followers have a good we call that skills in for example, like what we call that, designing or computer programming or in public relations, then put them into that positions and give them some room for them to leverage, yeah, to give more and to show their talents, yeah, to show their potential, and to create their what we call that success story within the field. Yeah, this is a very good leader, meaning you are able to get into the strength of one person, and you are able to make the person grow with that strength. Yeah, this is about unlocking people potential. You open your hand, and then you welcome all the we call that greatness of other people, and for them to contribute for the best of the organization. Yeah, it is not about competition. It is about acknowledging. It is about appreciating the best of others. Yeah. So this is what leadership is all about. And hopefully, you are now able to see clearly, yeah, whether what type of leader you are, and whether you are having the right attributes of a leader, and now whether you are actually practicing the what we call it leadership attributes, yeah, as a motivator, as a influencer, as a, what we call that, a person who lead by heart, yeah, and persons having high level of integrity in doing the job, yeah, and also the persons who have a clear vision, yeah, and a conviction as well as purpose in leading the organization and so forth. Yeah, all right. Next, we look at what is ethics. This is the inside of the topic. Yeah, this is the core issue of the topic. Yeah. Now you are already a leader. Whether you want to be a leader or you don't want to be a leader, or you are appointed by choice or you're appointed by force. Yeah. So you are already a leader. Yeah, formal leader or informal leader. So as a leader, you have to lead yourself. You have to lead your organization ethically. Yeah. A person's you want to be perceived or you want to be seen by others as someone ethical, is not corrupt person, is not persons with manipulations, high level of manipulations, you are able to manipulate others for your own interest and so forth, then you have to be ethical. So from the Merriam-Webster definition, ethics is the discipline dealing with what is good and bad and moral duty and obligation. Yeah, we have to understand this first. The basis, yeah, the base of ethics is discipline. You have to have the discipline. When we talk about discipline, it's about consistency, yeah, consistency. So when you deal with the good and bad, you have to be very consistent from A to B to C to D and etc. You cannot be biased to any of them. Yeah, when you talk about good and bad, what is good, what is bad is bad. Yeah, with moral duty and obligation, you do that because not because of he is your friend, he is your good friend, he is your girlfriend, for example. Yeah, but your intention there is to correct the person to be a good people. Yeah, if you more or less like what we call that having different intentions, you not act appropriately, properly, then the persons become bad and worse because you never being transparent to what is actually an acceptable act of the person. So the discipline need to be very consistent. You have to fairly treat people with the what we call that clear principle that you are there to make people better and you make people even worthy than before. Yeah. And Paul Richard and Elder Linda in 2006 said that ethics is a set of concepts and principles that guide us. Yeah, concept and principle that guide us in determining what behavior helps or harms sentient creatures. Meaning there must be a knowledge, there must be a rules and regulation, there must be a set of what we call that items, yeah, can be understood as right and wrong, yeah, and then it will help, yeah, other people or it will harm the creatures. So meaning that this is about good and bad again, yeah, good and bad, and there are discipline, yeah, of knowledge, and then Gilliard 2018 said that ethic is manner by which we try to live our life according to a standard of right or wrong behaviors. Yeah, a manner, yeah, to live our life in both how we think and behave toward others and how we would like them to think and behave toward us. Now, this is again, when you look at these, yeah, you want to be perceived as good, but you never been good to others. You want to be perceived as kind, but you never been kind to others. You want to be perceived as just and fair to others, but you never try to be fair and just to others. So this is the argument here. Yeah, you have to be fair to yourself, and you have to be fair to others. Because if you want to be treated good, you have to treat other people good. If you want to be treated fairly by others, you have to be fair to others first. Yeah. So this is more or less like a game, a live game. Yeah, a live game. Yeah, yeah. If you what we call that, you want to listen a good word from others about you, you try to keep good words about others. Yeah. When people talk bad about you and you cannot stand with it, but you will always talk bad about others. This is about manner. Yeah. If your manner, your practice is bad, it's unethical practice, people can look at you obviously, look at that practice within you obviously, and then suddenly you want people to perceive you as ethical. It can't be like that. Yeah, it always cannot fit into the conditions. So, ethics is, you can ask yourself, before you do that to others, you can ask yourself, yeah, if I scold the person in front of others, can the person accept it or not? If I shout to others in front of other people, can the person accept it or not? Then you ask yourself, if people shout at you in front of others, scolded you in front of others, can you accept that or not? So when you balance that by asking yourself whether it is fair or not, and the way you do it is correct or not, then you are able to at least reduce, yeah, the unethical practice of your act. Yeah, you try to reduce because you try to match with your inner interest, inner self-interest. Yeah, you ask your small heart deep in yourself, yeah, whether you can accept it or not. Yeah, so these are the what we call that, the tricks. Yeah, the we call that kind of a strategy. Yeah, for you to understand whether you actually practicing ethics in your leaderships or not. Yeah, so these are three definitions about ethics, and there are actually a lot more out there, but I just picked these three, which I feel it is good enough. Yeah, at least to create a boundary of your act. Yeah, you are able to set your boundary of your act, whether you are currently being practicing ethics leaderships or not, or you become ethical leaders or not. Yeah, okay. Next, we look into the what is integrity. Another big terms in this topic. Yeah, ethics and integrity. All right. Why I keep on explaining the basis of this? Yeah, because of without the proper understanding of the basis of the words or the basis of the term, we might wrongly interpret it into our practice. Yeah, we need to have a very clear, basic understanding of the term, of the word, so that it will guide or shape our acts. Yeah, further. All right. So, integrity is again another term. And nowadays, there are very big debates, arguments, discussions about lack of integrity attributes or integrity, we call that quality of a leader, a current leader. Yeah, integrity is always a big issue. Yeah, nowadays when we talk about leaders. So again, I took from Merriam-Webster's definition. Integrity is about firm adherence to a code of especially moral or artistic values, and it can be referred as incorruptibility. Yeah, incorruptibility. The meaning here is adherence to a code. If you are the one who set the code of conduct in your organization, and you are the first who need to comply with that code. And if you set the code of conduct in your organization, and you are the one who break, or you are the one who not able to comply or follow with that code of conduct, then you become a bad example to your followers, to your employees. These are the big issue now. Yeah, all the leaders in the world like to see their followers, their members behave good, very obedient, follow the rules, and also like be a good listener. But on the other side, they are not behaving as what they want others to behave. They not be able to be a very what we call that a good listener. They cannot give a very good example to the role model, to their followers, a good example to their followers, and they are the one who actually neglect the law, the codes, that they are the one who endorse that. So this create confusions and conflict between the leaders and the followers. So you have to be very truthful to yourself. If you want that to be practiced by your subordinates, you are the one first need to show that you are the one who practicing that. Yeah, this is very, very, what we call that, very, very big thing, yeah, in the leadership issues now, yeah, because followers will always come out with argument, with debate over the leader's behavior. Yeah, they want us to be like this, but they are the one who actually not practicing that. So this kind of questions. So make sure when you listen to this kind of argument of your followers, yeah, of your members, look at the issues back, whether it is true or they have wrong understanding of your act. Then you have to explain, you have to inform them again, yeah, what is good, what is bad, and why that kind of is being taken, being performed, and so forth. Yeah, all right. Next, from another website, yeah, I pick another definitions of integrity, saying that, okay, still in this slide, yeah, what is integrity? Yeah, which is on the second definition. Okay, still the previous slide. Yeah, okay, this is about previous slide, still slide number 6. Okay. Integrity means following your moral convictions and doing the right thing in all circumstances. Puan Ana, slide number 6 still. Okay, thank you. Integrity means following your moral convictions and doing the right thing in all circumstances. Even if no one is watching you, the key word here is even if no one is watching you. Yeah? Following your moral convictions. What is good, what is bad, based on your understanding, based on the knowledge that you have, doing the right thing, even if no one is watching you. This is very, very strong definition, very true definition. Yeah. So meaning it means you are true to yourself and would nothing that demeans or dishonors you. For example, like as a lecturer or a leader to yourself, as a lecturer, yeah. I just want to give you just a simple example. Yeah. So a student come and say that, how can I get this kind of grade, for example, C grade of my marks? Can you please upgrade my marks and I will bank in 500 ringgit into your account? Just an example, yeah. It's not talking about anybody, but just an example. You know that no one is watching you, no one knows about that deals. It's between you and the person. If you are able to accept that, although no one is actually know about that deals, but how do you feel? If you feel guilty, if you feel that uneasy, if, oh no, it's just not about my principles. Yeah, this is moral conviction. Yeah, so you have to be true to yourself. You may want to ask yourself again that you may what we call that insufficiently during the lecture in the class, or you insufficiently coach the person, or you never been so attentive to a student who are weak in the subject. So that's why the person got that grade, and that is your responsibility, for example. That is your integrity in doing your work. Then you have to be very responsible and make sure that all students are able to follow your class very well, unless if you have done all those necessary things and the students still cannot do that, for example, yeah, then you have no other choice not to grade the person with C grade, and the person who got that grade will feel, yes, I have done my best and you have done your best, but I still cannot follow through this subject very well. That's my weakness. And the person is able to accept that kind of thing fairly. That this is about integrity. Yeah, meaning that when you have integrity, high level of integrity in yourself, on your responsibility, you will do your best level. Then whatever consequences, whatever results come out, then you will Just be happy with that because you have done your best. This is about integrity. Yeah. Whether there is people watching you, whether there is people not watching you, then you are true to yourself. Yeah, as a Muslims, normally we always say like this. Yeah, if you are praying, whether there are people watching you or not watching you, will still pray properly. Yeah, not because of your parents, not because of your in-laws, or there is your best friend there watching you, then you can pray properly. Yeah, but then when there are nobody there and you just pray playfully. Yeah, so this is about truthful to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. Right? Okay, next we look into the next slide on some of the example, yeah, of the integrity in your life. Yeah, all right. All right. Next is about what is integrity. Yeah. Again, yeah, continuations of that. Yeah, this is just a very nice what we call that image. Yeah, I found it from the internet. I found it is very we call that I can say very sharp kind of definitions of integrity. Yeah, when you talk about integrity, it's about respect and responsibility. Respect can goes to yourself. Yeah, respect can goes to others. You still remember as what is about the what we call the ethics. You want to be perceived. How you perceive others is how you want others to perceive you. All right. So this is about respect. Yeah. When you respect, there must be an empathy, lack of blame. Empathy is about, you know, like putting yourself into other people's situation. You cannot just simply bombard the person without knowing the situation faced by the person, without having an intention to help and to lead the person out of that situation. Your empathy is very important, yeah, in for being a very good leader. And then lack of blame. It is not about pinpointing here and there, but you are there is actually correct the situation. Yeah. And emotional mastery, not to be too emotional, and you have to compose yourself, be very professional, and humility is about respect. Don't what we call that put down other people, look down at other people, and humiliate them in front of others. This is about respect. Yeah, respect their ideas, respect their voice, respect their commands. All that is needed. Yeah, in leadership. And next is about responsibility as a leader. Yeah, as I said earlier, integrity is about self-confidence. Being responsible, being confident with what you are doing, with what you are saying. Yeah. So this diagram, yeah, talk about accountability. Be accountable of your act, not blaming others. Yeah. Okay. This is slide number 7. Yeah, Puan Ana. Okay. Yes. Thank you. 7. Yeah, it's about the diagram, yeah, of integrity. Okay. Being accountable, focus on the whole, meaning that you are not selective. A, B, and C because you are my good, what we call that, you always flatten me, you always praise me, and then I will always look at you 3, yeah, because you are not focused at the whole. You are discriminating others, you're being selective to certain people. No, it is not right. Responsibility is for the entire organizations, not for 1 or 2 person only. And courage. You still remember the definitions of leader? You have to always motivate others, encourage others, and you yourself have the vision, yeah, purpose. You have the courage to make the people better and to make them become better. That is, you must have that courage. So now let's look at integrity in the workplace. Yeah, just an example. Yeah. Because when talk about integrity, yeah, okay, wait. Anna, it is now slide number 8. Yeah, how to have everyday integrity. Okay, yes, this is the one. All right. Okay. knowing that we are not yet in a formal organization, yeah, not yet in a formal organization, not in a formal company, but how to live our life as a person with high level of integrity. Yeah, just an example of certain statement. Yeah, for example here, keep your promises even if it takes extra effort. Keep your promises. If you state that I will deliver this work by tomorrow, although you need to work until early in the morning, that you have to deliver it. Yeah, this is what it means by keep your promises. Not to say that I want to deliver this tomorrow, you promise that, yeah, but then you say, oh, I'm so sorry, I cannot finish that by 5:30, then I have to delay one. No, yeah. Integrity is not giving an excuses, just simple excuses, meaning unless you really can't do that, or there are some other thing that hinder you of doing that, then maybe acceptable, but not a person's with a simple excuses. Yeah, go back to a store and pay for something that you forgot to pay for. Yeah, you just thought, recall back. Yeah, maybe in your life, yeah, it happened one time. You forgot to pay. Yeah, suddenly you leave, or you you take you took 10 items, you pay for 8 items. Another 2 items you forgot to pay, for example. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember, I realized I didn't pay these 2 items, and you go back and pay. Oh yeah, oh, this is my rezeki lah. I mean, yeah, I forgot. This can be excused because I forgot. So how you take things in your life? Yeah, you take it for granted, or you take with responsibility or not? Yeah. Never betray a friend's trust, even if you get in trouble. Yeah. As a leader, never betray a trust of your friend. Yeah, they trust you. That's why they choose you to be a leader. Then you become someone irresponsible, maybe cannot be relied on. Yeah. So this is very important. Yeah. Inform the cashier he gave you too much change back. This is again, yeah. Sometimes when you go to the counter cashier, they return back to you, you never count it. Or you just count if they give less, and you let the person know. But if they give more, you just keep quiet. And this is about integrity in life as well. Yeah. Do not gossip or talking badly about someone. Oh, like this is like onioning, yeah, or membawang is become a culture already, yeah, a culture. So people talking about membawang or onioning everywhere, and they never feel guilty of doing that. Yeah, and they feel it is one of life entertainment. Yeah, so put yourself into that situation. You like other people to talk about you, to talk bad about you at the back of you. You like it? If what happened if you heard that someone talk bad about you? So this is about integrity. If you want people to do good to you, you have to be good to others. Yeah? As a leader, can you talk bad about someone without any reason? As a leader, yes, you can talk about weaknesses of your members, not talk bad, but weaknesses with the intention to improve the person. You talk about weaknesses, but you want to improve them, not to put them down, or to demoralize them, and to make them feel you belittle them and so forth. Yeah, remain true to your spouse or partner. Oh my God, yeah, this is very, very tough thing sometimes. Yeah, to remain true to your spouse or your partner. Okay, this is about life again. Yeah. When in a serious relationship, don't keep secret from each other. Yeah, some of you are youngsters, you are adults. Yeah, you start build up. Yeah, a relationship. Yeah, make sure. I still remember one of my friends said that. Yeah, we try to hide our weaknesses in front of our partner, because if our partner know about our weaknesses or the bad side of ourselves, definitely they will run away and choose other people. So it's really not good to practice this. Okay. And then return money that you notice someone dropped without expecting a reward. Yeah, I still remember one story. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I still remember one story. Yeah. about a person who returned, a drop wallet of someone, instead of saying thank you to a person, this person is actually open up his wallet, and actually checking how much money inside there, is it enough or not, and then said, okay, wait, I want to check whether everything is enough, everything is complete inside there, and okay, it's enough, even not even say thank you. So how do you feel? Yeah, this is again, if you behave like that to others, and you don't want others to behave like that to you. So this is again about integrity. Ignore someone's advice on how to cheat on your taxes and not get caught. All right. Yeah, again. Yeah. This is about something important. Okay. And then do not let someone else take the blame for something you did. Okay. Do not let someone else take the blame for something you did. As a leader, with high level of integrity, and you're practicing integrity in your leadership, you as a leader, you should take the blame of your wrong, of your fault. If someone gives you confidential information, never tell anyone what you know. This is always happen, in our society. When people whisper to your ears and say that don't tell others, and that is the excitement to tell others. When people say, please don't tell others, and that is the beginning of the feeling of telling others. And if the people didn't say that, and you don't have any motivation to tell. So this is again, it's some sort of like norm, in our society, that we have to change and making it as usual thing, that if we listen to that, not saying that don't tell others, and we have to keep it secret. When it is obvious to you a relationship is over, don't drag it out, but discuss it openly. So this is also about like employers and employees. While I was working in the organization before, I'll try to be very transparent to the employees who commit with misconduct, and let them know that they have no future in the organization, and you better resign and look for other organization. So it is very important to be transparent. Although it is very difficult. Yes, it is difficult, but you have no choice, and you have to do it. All right. Next, it is about example, integrity in the workplace. Okay. Now, if we or you are, for example, a future employee, so you can consider your current society or your current organization is a workplace. So this is an example of integrity practices, that you can apply, in your leadership or in your management. First, show respect to co-workers with appropriate conversation and empathy. Appropriate conversation. If you want to say hi, hello, assalamualaikum, make sure you say to all. Don't be selective. If you want to smile to people, don't smile at the handsome boy and pretty ladies only. So appropriate conversations and empathy. Everyone needs your smile as a leader. Smile to everyone. If you want to raise your hand, wave to everyone, because everyone needs you, because you are a leader. Show respect to co-workers. If you are in management, keep your employees informed so they will know what is coming and what needs to be done. This is about transparency or updating your people. It is very, very important. Make sure you spread the information, you spread that message to every level, and you have to ensure it is done properly. No discrimination. There is no shortage of information. You try to be selective, or to this group of people only this information. No. You have to be very fair, and you have to give all the full information. And you have to update them regularly. Adhere. The next is about adhere to company policies and procedure. This is I have discussed earlier, in the previous slide. If you said that, you have to adhere. You have to be the one who promote and practice that. Yeah, the first one and the most important one to practice that. The next is be responsible. Do what you say you will do. You still remember or not, when you want to be a leader, you want to be chosen as a leader, you come up with a lot of vision, mission, manifestos in your campaign here and there, blah, 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 blah. You promise a lot of things. You want to do this, you want to do this, even you want to take your people to the moon, to the sky, and to the stars, for example. But when you being appointed, you forgot all your promises. Yeah, then people start lose their respect and start lose their trust on you, and you might be elected. When you said, oh, never mind, this is only one term. So, but people already, what we call that, categorize you as person who are irresponsible and who are not what we call that reliable, yeah, and realistic. So be responsible. Do what you say and you will do. You have to go down to the we call the down to the floor, and you have to lead them to do it, to make sure that thing happens. Yeah. Next is about if you make a mistake and team's project get messed up of your missed deadline, own up to your mistake. This is a game, yeah? This is about your pride. It's about your egos. And it's about your arrogant feeling. You never want to accept your mistake. I used to do that. I think that I didn't lose any respect. I didn't lose any dignity of that, of doing that, even to my students. I will say, oh, it is my mistake. I wrongly give you the information. Yeah, that's my weaknesses. Yeah, that on my weakness, because I'm too busy with many things. I tend to make mistakes here. As a human being, we have to know that we cannot run away of doing mistakes. We have to accept that professionally and correct it immediately. Yeah, and even if your subordinates make mistake, yeah, you cannot just simply jump over them. And then you must talk properly, discuss, and get the reasons why actually they commit with that kind of mistake. Yeah, don't let teammates take the fault. Yeah, if you do that, own it. Yeah, don't blame other people. Don't pinpoint to other people. Yeah. Next, work together as a team. This builds trust and show integrity. As a team, yes, you are the leader, but then in certain activities, someone lead the activities, you become the members, and you have to know that at that time you are a team member, because there are someone who lead the program, right? So this is great. You know that sometimes, you know, like you are changing role and no one will lose respect to you, because it is just like an occasion. As what our king said, our queen said to the king. Our queen said to the king. I still remember that statement. Is a very, very bold statement to me. Yeah, I'll take it very, very deeply. He said that everyone know that we are king and queen. No harm for us to go down and meet the people, you know, and mingle with them, be frank to them, you know. We won't lose the title of king and queen. People become much more respect us instead of, you know, living exclusively, sitting exclusively at that level without going down and mingle around. So it is very, very true. Yeah, very, very true. Yeah, work together as a team. This is very, very true. And next is about, if you find yourself in a conflict of interest, get out of it as soon as possible. Yeah, this is also conflict of interest will always happen between the persons that close to you. Yeah, and the person seems to be a very strong supporter before you become a leader. So you might caught into that kind of situation. Yeah, so be truthful to yourself, be truthful to your people, and let them know, although yeah, they might not like it, but they can accept it after a while. Yeah. Next is about, don't accept praise of acclaim for someone else's work. Yeah, yeah. I still this one also. Yeah, that includes stealing someone's idea or pretending to have worked on a successful project. Yeah, yeah. People praise you or you say that, oh yeah, 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 we did. Yeah, I did that. I the one who lead that. Blah blah blah. And your people will start like looking at you one kind. So don't accept such praise. Yeah, especially in front of your colleagues. Yeah, you always have to say, if you still remember the previous slide, say that we did that. We successfully did that. And that's not my personal work. Yeah, this is my team's work. It's not my work. So we have to celebrate that together as a team. Yeah. So please keep on acknowledge that it's our work. We do it together. And then this is our team accomplishment. Yeah. And next is about if your company asks you to do something against your personal code of conduct, refuse. Can you do that? Yeah, against your personal code of conduct, you have to refuse it. It means losing a good paying job, so be it, find a more ethical company to work for. Wow, this is very, very, very tough thing to do in life. Yeah, very, very tough thing. But I still remember one of my friends told me, he said that the reasons why I quit that job is because I cannot take unethical work anymore. I know I got a very good pay, a luxury pay, huge pay, but I feel guilty. It's really like opposite to my principles, so I have to leave it. I have to get out of that job and have much more ethical job. Yeah. So yes, it is very, very tough, very, very difficult decision. But then you have to think wisely, and you have to think about your principles, about your values, and so forth. And then you have to own it, and then you make your final decision. Yeah, people always say that this world is very wide, very big, and your what we call that life is not end there, and there might be better opportunity, better what we call that career for you after living that kind of work. Okay, okay. These are some examples, and there are so many examples, and you can find it through even in the internet or in the class. Yeah, you can learn more about it. But this is something reasonable, what we call that, realistic that I like to pick and show and share together today. Yeah. Okay. Next is about integrity codes. Again, yeah, there are very wonderful codes about ethics since early days. Yeah, not only now people talking about integrity, but why now people raise the integrity issue again? Because leaders all over the world claim that leaders at present or our current leaders losing the values of integrity in their leadership. They are losing, it is decreasing, deteriorating. Their values, the quality of integrity in leaders now is elapsing. They are decreasing, deteriorating. They are losing that values. Yeah. The example here is taken from all people. I mean, people in the past, and some of them may pass away already. Yeah. So what they said about integrity. Yeah. If you look at this, Clement Stone said, yeah, what Clement Stone said about integrity. Yeah. He said that have the courage to say no. Wow, to say no. The most, there is a quote says that the most difficult thing to do is to say no. We like to say yes instead of to say no. So have the courage to face the truth, do the right thing because it is right. They are the magic keys to living your life. Yeah. It is very, very hard, very, very difficult, especially to your own team's members, your close team, your main team, to say no and say it is opposite to the integrity or ethical principles. It is very difficult. Yeah. And on top of that, Oprah Winfrey, I think people know Oprah Winfrey very well. I also idolize her. I like to see her on stage. She's a very, very awesome speaker. Yeah. Say that real integrity is doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. Knowing that nobody is going to know whether you did it or not. True to yourself. Do you remember the integrity definition saying that even if no one is watching you, this is what Oprah Winfrey saying is doing the right thing, whether you did it or not, no one knows about that. Yeah, but you are true to yourself. Again, Thomas S. Monson said that perhaps in surest test of individual integrity is his refusal to do or so say something that would damage his, yeah, to damage his respect. Yeah, this is about similar to what Clemenstone said, saying no. Yeah, in saying no, the surest test of integrity. Yeah, of course, if you refuse to do something which is in favor to you, to your good friend, for example, then they might lose respect, lost respect on you, they lost trust on you. But what to do? Yeah, they try to drag you into the unethical thing or something with no integrity, less integrity in action. For example, you cannot compromise that because you have a very strong principle on yourself. And Chinua Achebe said that one of the truest tests of integrity is its blunt refusal to be compromised. Similar to Thomas S. Monson quotes, but it maybe like sentence in different way. But again, it's about to say no. Yeah, refuse to do something. Yeah, which is opposite of your principles. And Alan Cohen said that you are integrity when the life you are living on the outside matches who you are on the inside. You are being truthful to yourself and truthful to others. You never want to be fake. You don't want to be plastic. Yeah, you want to be real. Yeah, if you are someone who adhere the rules and regulations, it is not in front of the public only, but when in front of your good friends, in front of your main team, you always portray and promote that good attributes or good practice in your net. Two integrity codes, which again deepen your understanding on what people means by integrity. Actually, what is the people understanding integrity and how you should act on, yeah, or act upon, yeah, in situations if you want to be perceived as someone who have integrity. Okay. Next, we look into ethical leadership. Yeah, we learn about leaders, we learn about leadership, we learn about ethics, we learn about integrity. Now we combine ethical leadership. What is ethical leadership? Yeah, from the research, yeah, saying that ethical leadership is, okay, slide number 11. Ethical leadership. Okay. All right, that's good. Thank you, Anna. Okay, ethical leadership is about exhibiting morals and values in a management position. Ethical leader demonstrate character, morals, and virtue in their work, focus on the needs of rights of their employees. Yeah, you must know, yeah, in organization, there is employer prerogative and employee rights. Employer rights and employee rights. So even in leaders, there are leader rights and there are followers rights. Yeah. So as an ethical leader, you will always observe what is your limitations and what is your followers' limitations. Yeah. So you try to exhibit morals and values in your day-to-day work. Yeah, where you demonstrate to your character, morals, and virtue in and virtue in their work. Yeah, in your work, right? So another uh, definitions of ethical leadership is about leadership that is directed by respect for ethical beliefs and values and for the dignity and rights of others. Yeah, this is again, we talk about how you want to be perceived by others and how you actually treat others. If you want to be perceived as good, then you have to treat others good as well. Yeah, it is thus related to concepts such as trust, honesty, consideration, charisma, and fairness. So in your leadership, you have to what we call that show. Yeah, I mean the trust between, I mean, in your work, I mean, in your word, yeah, honesty, considerations in your act, charisma in your leadership, and fairness in your decision making, for example, and you're treating, yeah, your people. And look at this diagram, yeah, it is another, yeah, definitions of ethical leadership. It is about respect others. It is about serving others. It's about true justice in your act, in your word, in your decision, and also manifest honesty. Yeah, as one of the other definitions said, and build community. The courage, yeah, to lead other people to become better. Yeah, your role there is to build a better community. Yeah, a better facilities, for example, and so forth. Yeah. So first is respect. You still remember the diagram of integrity? On the left side is respect. Yeah. On the right side is responsibility. So respect is very, very important. Yeah. For being an ethical leadership. Yeah. Or practicing an ethical leadership. Yeah. All right. Next, we look into these codes of integrity in leadership. What these Asian Howard said about integrity in leadership. Okay, all right. The supreme quality for leaders, for leadership is unquestionably integrity. Supreme quality for leadership, yeah, integrity. So without it, no real success is possible. No matter whether it is on a section gang, a football field, in an army, or in an office. So the supreme quality is integrity. Yeah. What we call that? Do what you say. Yeah. Integrity is about being honest, being truthful to yourself, being sincere to your followers, to your people. Yeah, it's about integrity. Yeah. So the key of failure, or the main source of failure, when people start losing integrity in their practice, in their act. Yeah, we have to remember this. Yeah, for example, like we can look into the country. Yeah, certain country, they are actually very, very successful during the leadership of one person. Yeah, because people can give good cooperations, give good support. Yeah, they understand, they able to contribute their best because they trust the leader. They believe on the leader, and that leader show high level of integrity. So we can see the what we call that uh, the downside of that country, the falling of that country, yeah, after that era, on other leaders, because of that leader is losing the integrity on his work. Yeah, so we can see there are so many examples, yeah, in the world. Yeah, even the companies, yeah, we can see what we call that, the development of the companies, or the close down of the company, all because of leader. So leader with integrity will always have great support of their followers, and they are able to develop, they are able to grow the company very well. But when the leader have no integrity, and the people start feel frustrated, people start feel neglected, they feel not acknowledged, yeah, and then the company or the country will start losing their, what we call that, what we call that, their image or high reputation, their reputation, losing their reputation, and then they start going down and going down, and people will no longer feel the existence of that even company or that country. Yeah, so this is integrity in leadership. Okay, now let's look into ethics and integrity in leadership. Yeah, all right. Just now we talked about ethical leadership, integrity in leadership. Now I combine ethics and integrity in leadership. So I picked this statement from one web page, and I love this statement, saying that leaders with integrity do what is morally and ethically right and avoid questionable practices. For example, when making decisions, they consider potential consequences on the organization and other people. Yeah? All right. Ethics and integrity is just like a nail and the flesh. Yeah? Ibarat isi dan kuku. Yeah? In a Malay proverb said that it's about isi dan kuku, or it's about nail and the flesh, where you cannot separate them. Yeah, they are stick together. Yeah, so a person or a leader with ethical attitudes and integrity, high level of integrity, or having integrity in their act, yeah, they will always give priority and moral things and ethically right things. Yeah, and they don't want to mess themselves with conflict or something may raise questions from others. Yeah, they try to be very clear with what they are doing, and comply to the ethical principles, morally right. Yeah, and then they have a very clear intention and very clear what we call that mind, that what they are doing is meant for the organization, meant for the organization and for the people in the organization. They're not putting the priority of themselves. I want to be popular. I want to be seen as someone great. I want to be seen as someone have power, authority, someone like being people are scared of. Yeah. So if people don't scared to me, then they will not respect me. Some people say that I am a king. So I must make sure people scared of me, then only they can follow me, they can only listen to me, they can only respect me. No, it is a very, very wrong, what we call that, understanding, yeah, on how to be a good leader. Yeah. So the intention is very clear. What you are doing is meant for your organization, is meant for your people. It's not because of you want to be seen, you want to be acknowledged by other people and so forth. Yeah. So this is very important. Yeah, and it is not that easy. It's just like figure, we call it overnight, or in a very simple way in producing ethical and integrity leader. It is not easy. Yeah, it requires a long of process of nurturing. Require a long of process of development. Yeah, because we must remember that you are a person's belong to your parents. You are a person's belong to your community. And you are a person's belong to your religion. You are a person's belong to your culture. Yeah? So, shaping a person to be an ethical, to possess integrity. There are so many factors, yeah, will shape the person. Yeah, there are so many factors influence the development, the growth of the person up to this age. Yeah, there is one simple proverb states that, yeah, if you are a good, if you are coming from a good family, yeah, you're born in a good family, but you are living in the thief community, yeah, dalam community pencuri. You live in the, anda hidup dalam community pencuri. You live in the thief community. The community environment will shape the attitude of your kids. Yeah, they learn how to be a thief from the community because your family can control, because the environment having high or more power in shaping. Because when the persons grow, they grow in the community. They cannot grow just within the house. They will mingle around, they will mix around with the people in the community, and it will more or less like they start absorbing certain attributes, certain characters, certain attitude of the people in the community, and it will make them someone else. So that is the reasons why. Yeah, producing ethics, yeah, leaders, ethical leaders, and integrity leader, yeah, require a very long process, and you have to make sure that the channel, yeah, the medium the person go through is right. Yeah. For example, yeah, when we talk about ethics and integrity, yeah, we are talking about religion or faith practice of the person. We cannot run away from discussing this. Yeah, ethics. When we talk about ethics and integrity, we cannot run away from discussing the faith or religion practices of the person. Yeah. If they are religious, if they know about religion, it still cannot curb the person from being unethical and lose their integrity in their work, because it is just a knowledge. Yeah, it is just a knowledge. But an ethical leader or a leader with integrity did not just know about the religion, the faith, but they also practice the teaching of the religion in their life. Then they will take to their daily activities, to their daily practice, their daily actions, and it comes naturally, yeah, from their act. It's come, what we call that, deeply from their heart. Then they portray that into their actions. Then it becomes a true leader. There is the reasons of one statement. Argument said that leader is born or leader is groomed. Can leader be groomed? Can leader be born? Is leader is only born? Or is the leader can be groomed? There is an argument over that statement. Yeah. So first and foremost, I believe that leaders is born, meaning that the attribute is naturally live within the person. The character is naturally built in with the person, built in the person. You know, the person is born with that character. It is a true leader. You can sharpen, you can polish the attributes through grooming. But if the person have no natural attributes of leadership, they are not born to be a leader, not born to be a leader, for example, they don't have the attribute, the quality of leaders and so forth, a leadership in themselves. So how much you groom them, they still cannot be a true leader, a genuine leader. They try to act on, they try to be plastic, yeah, at certain time, but they cannot be a true leader. Yeah, they don't have the courage, they don't have the braveness, they don't have that motivations. Yeah, you know, you can easily see the difference, yeah, between a true leader and what we call a groom leader. Yeah, so I truly believe leaders is always born with that package. Yeah, but that is the reasons why there is an argument between leaders and managers. Yeah, we talk about leader is a transformation leader. A leader is someone who transforms. They have the capacity, the capability, and the motivation to transform. But manager may not have the ability to transform. They just able to manage and execute. Yeah, many managers is more or less someone who listen to the instruction, execute the instruction, and then do some monitoring, measurement, and you know, the reporting. This is managers. So that is the reason why leaders is something very, very strong word. Yeah. So again, back to the attachment of the person to the practice of the religion. Yeah, religion teaching, having high influence. Yeah, in instilling the ethical and integrity quality within the person. Yeah. So people say, I saw the person is religious, but then why he is become unethical and having no integrity? Religion and religious, religion knowledge and religious mean religion understanding and practice. It has to come together. But religious mean based on the knowledge only, but not in the practice. There are also people like that. Yeah. So they have religion knowledge, but they don't practice on. Yeah, they being very selective to what they like, and they do that, and those they don't like, they don't favor in the religion teaching, they might not want to practice that. So this is not a true religion practice. Yeah. So this is again, yeah. So all religion teaching their believers to be a good person. Yeah, to hinder an evil act. Yeah, always do the on the what we call that good act. They want them to behave, be sincere, be honest. Yeah, be responsible, accountable, and that. Also meaning that the teaching of religion will always have high influence, and the practice of the religion teaching will strengthen, yeah, the attributes and the quality of the person. So if we look into the human resource development, yeah, holistic human resource development, yeah, talking about ethics and integrity development in the leaders, we look into 3 dimensions of development in human being, yeah, which is, we talk about the cognitive intelligence or intelligent quotient. It is about cognitive. We develop their brain capacity. Yeah, we instill the knowledge. Yeah, we instill some what we call skills. Yeah, into the person. It's cognitive capacity, the intelligent quotient. And then after that, there are another dimensions of human development is about emotional quotient. We develop the skills on how they should manage or portray, how they should handle their emotion. This is intelligent, emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. How a leader should be able to be someone good at maneuvering their emotion, when to show their empathy, when to show their sympathy, when to show their happiness, when to show their greatness, and all that. They must know how to manage, maneuver their emotions. Yeah. And the last part of the development of human dimension is about spiritual intelligence or spiritual quotient. So these have lacked of emphasis recently. Yeah, that is the reasons why losing of integrity, quality of the leaders is very, very prominent, very obvious. Because spiritual intelligence development of the people now being put aside. Yeah, it has been put aside for a long time, and now researchers start raising it up again because it will determine ethical and integrity leaders or ethical and integrity employees, yeah, in the organization. Therefore, to instill the spiritual intelligence in human beings, no one can deny that you have to go back to the religion teaching or moral teaching in the society. Yeah. So no one can deny that. If you look into the definition of spiritual intelligence, yeah, so all the researchers will relate it back to the religion teaching. Not just the religion teaching, but it is also the religion practices in the life. So producing or being an ethical leaders, being a leaders with high level of integrity is about his how much he or she is able to practice the religion teaching in their life. Yeah. So this is again, yeah, when we look into this issue, yeah, when Farhana said that it is about akhlaq, yeah, it's about your moral, what we call that presentations, your akhlaq, how you present your attitudes, yeah, moral presentation, your akhlaq, meaning that akhlaq has to be nurtured from small. If you are coming from a family which is giving priority, high priority on religion, understanding, religion practices, so you will grow within that kind of setting. You grow in that setting, you grow in that environment, and you start to keep that into yourself. Yes, no doubt. Once at a time, you may what we call that out of track, yeah, out of rail. But then you will be able to realize it, and you quickly put yourself on the track. Yeah, we are human beings. But then the environment, yeah, the family background, yeah, education's background, for example, having high influence, high determinants, high contributors in producing ethics and ethical and leaders with integrity. So if we are in USM, for example, we would like to produce ethical leaders and a leader with integrity in the future. So we have to start looking into spiritual intelligent development among our current leaders or our future leaders. Yeah, and then we have to blend that with the emotional intelligence as well as intelligent quotient development. There are three dimensions that we need to balance. We have to equally develop the person capacity. Yeah. So then we are able to develop a leader with knowledge capacity, with emotional stability, as well as spiritual attachment to their religion. Yeah. So all these have to be looked into seriously. So that is the reasons why in my research, personally, I would say that I did research with my PhD students, saying we are developing holistic human resource development. So holistic human resource development looking into this dimension. Yeah. So why I said this Yeah, why I raised this human resource development program, or three main dimensions of human resource development, because of you are currently a student's leader. Yeah, you are student leader, and you will definitely go or being a future leader. No one can deny that. Yeah, today's is for tomorrow, and today's generation will be the tomorrow generation. So it is very important, yeah, to nurture the current leader, yeah, the current leader, to nurture current leader. Next slide, please, Panana. The student leader versus future. Yes, because you are currently a student leader, and you will become a future leader. It is quite a shame, yeah, a shame when I heard something, yeah, I had a news, but I just want to share with you. It is not meant to humiliate anyone, but it is a very good case, yeah. There is a case of corruptions, if I'm not mistaken. It's about corruption in one state, yeah. And after the investigations, and maybe people know the persons well, those who are actually commit with that kind of act, corruption act, yeah, in that case, was a student leader in USM, was a student leader in USM. I don't know whether, yeah, what is the background, what is the, what you call that, education background of the persons, but he was the student leader in USM. So people know him. He's quite prominent student leader in USM. But he caught in the, what we call that, corruption case in one state in Malaysia. And it is a big news also. Although one case, but it's still like giving us very, it is quite frightening, yeah, when we know about that, and how we nurture our current leaders, yeah, our student leaders, to be a reliable future leader, yeah, a trusted future leader, or someone can actually promote, yeah, ethical leadership, can promote integrity in their leadership, and influence other leaders, yeah, to, you know, follow a good practice, yeah, for being a leader. So again, yeah, here I just want to share. I want to share with you, what is this Warren Buffett. I think people know about Warren Buffett. What he said about future leaders. Yeah, he said that in looking for people to hire, look for three qualities. First, integrity, intelligence, and energy. And if they don't have the first, the other two will kill you. Yeah, the other two will kill you. And it is not surprising. Yeah, this statement from Warren Buffett came, I think, many years, maybe 20 years back or 15 years back. But current research do admitted this statement, because now an employers, yeah, since I'm from School of Management, human resource people, many employers state that we are not looking into your cognitive abilities anymore. We are not looking at your intelligent quotients anymore, how much grade you acquire at the end of your graduations, but we look at your attitude. We look at your, what we call the self-quality, the quality within you. Yeah, the quality within you, the ethical quality, integrity, kind of issues within you. They will test that. Then they look into other attributes within you. Because they said that it's no point to have intelligent people in the organization, but with the rotten human quality. Rotten human quality, meaning they are unethical, cannot be trusted, manipulating, and so forth. It is no point to have intelligence, high grade, high, what we call that, high flyers, high flying students in the organization, but they have very poor quality of this side. Yeah, this human quality. So Now you have to balance that. Yeah, yes, this is still important for you to graduate with good grades, but then don't sacrifice your self-quality for the good grades of your academic. Yeah, so meaning you have to balance that. Yeah, you have to be ethical students. You have to be a student with high level of integrity. Yeah, then you maintain your level of academics quality. Yeah, then you become much more valuable, precious in the we call that in the future on the organization that might hire you in the future. Yeah, so please keep in mind that, yeah, integrity will always be the priority of the employer's assessment in the future. Yeah, then intelligence and energy. Okay, so you will be a future employer maybe in the future, and you will look into this again, and you will start believing into this because you know that people that you cannot trust cannot be a good employees. Yeah, people who teach you how to cheat will be a chief. We call that thieves in the future, for example. Yeah, so you may not want to hire the person or future employees like this in the future, right? So use the opportunity, the best opportunity given to you as a student leader now, to shape yourself, to polish yourself, yeah, with the great attributes of what we call that good leaders, of a very effective leaders, and with the right leadership style. Yeah. So the most important thing, take or practice ethical leadership and integrity in your leadership, and hopefully within this period of training it will become you in the future. Yeah, so and the last slide, yeah, I want to share with you today, yeah, on students leader versus future leader is about a saying from Robert K. Greenleaf. Yeah, is a very well-known author as well. Yeah, he said that good leaders must first become good servants. Yeah, okay. This is one good criteria actually to choose a leader for future. If he was a very good follower, yeah, a very good employee, uh, he have the potential to be a good leader. Yeah, very obedient, or I call it to the instruction, very what we call that, comply to the rules and regulations, very punctual, very considerate, someone who can discuss, someone who can listen, a good listeners. Yeah, so these employees, yeah, this person actually portraying a good attributes of a future leaders. So in the future, he will learn all the good things of his leaders, and he will practice it again, added with his good values within him. Yeah. Look at the students, for example, like student leader selection. Yeah, student leader selection. Normally, when you want to select a future leaders for your organization, for your club, for example, you will look into the followers that show high commitment, for example, high discipline, uh, high level of cooperation, and carry the persons who have priority in carrying the instruction. So these attributes will become your, what we call that, point to consider in selecting new leaders or suggesting or proposing a new leaders for your organization or for your club, because you want to make sure the, what we call that, the continuity and the success of your organization. Yeah. So if you are a leader now, then you have to ask yourself, yeah, this Robert green leaf is the person who actually create or raising the thoughts of servant leadership. Yes, servant leadership. We have a servant leadership center, and he is very, very prominent, very attached to this servant leadership style. Yeah. So if you are a leader currently, you ask yourself whether while you are a followers, are you a good followers or not? So if your current followers cannot be a good followers, don't grumble on them, because you know that you are also not a good followers before. Yeah. So be patient and show your genuine interest in leading them, and make sure they are able to be with you, and you are able to shape yourself to be much, much more better leaders, either to yourself, being a leader to yourself, being a leader to your organization, and being a leader to your future organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and my valuable participants, as a conclusion, I would like to say that I quote from P. Queen and P. Jones, yeah, say that the role of leaders build an integrity-based organization. Start at the top, yeah, leadership, set an example of integrity, honesty, and consistent behavior, and reinforce it with associates. Be involved, pursue a culture of ethics, and raise ethical awareness. Establish a system of rewards tied to organizational values. Make ethics and integrity a core value and a core competency. Create faith in the integrity of common purpose. Inspire, as a leader, you have to inspire, empower, and build trust. Next, value ownership and entrepreneurship. Respect individual creativity. Understand social emotional behavior, because you have different followers coming from different places, coming from different background. Respect, value ownership, understand social emotional behavior, and respect individual creativity. And last but not least is about develop emotional intelligence or moral consciousness, which is EQ is emotional intelligence, moral consciousness is about spiritual intelligence in your people. So leaders monitor and establish the values they wish the company to embody with stakeholders. So ladies and gentlemen, yeah, with that conclusion, I wrap up my sharing of knowledge session for today. And I really hope that you really get the gist of this, what we call that, discussion. And then we are able to nurture ourselves, to shape, we are able to shape ourselves with high level ethics and high level of integrity in our leadership. With that, thank you very much, and I would like to welcome any questions for this session. Thank you very much for your ears and for attention. Thank you.
So, any question from the participant? You can ask Dr. Anuar. Okay, please type in chat, I think. Okay. Okay, any question from the participants today?
All the participants still there or not, Fana?
I can see them, whether they attentive or not. So, yeah, 60% attentive the
Right.
webinar, the training. So, any question from the participant? Please ask Dr. Anuar. So far, no question. Okay. Please tanya soalan. Penerangan yang sangat jelas ya tentang etik dan juga integrity in leadership. Ya. Untuk makluman doktor, we have here Cik Muhammad Abdullah also
Thank you
join.
to So you can support
the session today. Thank you. So far, no question. Any question? Any question, please? Satu question. Ada? Thank you, Dr. Good session. Thank you. Wow. Jelas ya semua? Right. So, no question, but I enjoy the session. Can we get the slide or cannot? Yes, we can get the slide. I will upload into sebenarnya bila during the session nanti kita ada recording. Then you can just go through balik lah ya. Recording nanti di YouTube HDC insyaAllah. So we can conclude here that the ethical leader understand that positive relationship built on respect, openness, trust, critical thinking, to create actually ethical environment. Ya. Tak kisah anda berada di mana-mana organisation ataupun di dalam persatuan, kan? Then bagi saya penerangan yang sangat jelas on ethics and also integrity in leadership. I hope you find the session very fruitful and engaging. And okay, ada question tak sebelum kita nak tutup? Okay, boleh semua? Okay, semua jelas? Jelas. Yang komen jelas, clear. How to avoid boycott in a team because of miscommunication? One question from the from Lee Chok Wei. How to avoid boycott in a team because of miscommunication?
miscommunication. Are you sure about miscommunication?
Salah faham ataupun salah faham apa tu? Boleh jelaskan?
Alright. Boycott, or we can say like, you know, they withdraw their support lah, more or less like they withdraw their support, yeah, on you, maybe because of your leading statement. Sometimes communication leaders try to what you call that, talk something beyond the understanding or beyond the information of the followers. So they may misunderstand your statement, because of the leading statement. So they become more or less like grumpy, or they show their, what we call that, disagreement, silent, what we call that, disagreement. Yeah, we have to, first of all, yeah, if it is not obviously shown by the followers or by the employees, yeah, we have to be alert. That is the reasons why I said earlier, if you are a true leader, you need to go down and mingle with the followers, with the people. If you are a leader, people like people leaders, kita kata pemimpin yang berjiwa rakyat, ya, people leaders, they go down and they mingle around, so they are able to avoid this miscommunication or any misleading statement or any propaganda made by others, their colleagues, just to boycott you, for example. So you have to go and clean up yourself, yeah, meaning that you have to do that kind of thing. Yeah, don't live exclusively as a leader. This is very frightening. Yeah, when you start living exclusively as a leader, then there will be a lot of room for the opportunists, people who take advantage over you. So in order to avoid miscommunication, first you have to go down and you have to meet people. You have to be friendly and be more approachable to them, and they feel there is no what we call that gap, or there is no what we call any hurdle or barrier for them to talk to you. Yeah. So you are able to avoid that kind of situation, because if you are well accepted by the people and you want them to accept you, have to go and accept them first. Yeah. This is very, very important. Yeah. The what we call that, the what we call the ice breaking sessions, and then how you portray yourself, how you present yourself to them is very important to make sure they are able to accept you as you are, and you also able to accept them, and you together, we together, actually, yeah, you have to say, we together want to develop this organization and society. So always use we and never use I in your conversations. Yeah. Okay, I saw one, I don't know, this is from Cik Muhammad. Yeah, I don't know whether Cik Muhammad is asking about, is there any integrity leaders? Yeah, leaders with integrity still. It is very, very tough questions actually, but they are still, but normally people or leader with integrity, they are not living under spotlight. Yeah, they don't want to be seen actually, and not to just not, they are not popular. They are not popular, and in the current situation, this kind of people will always be neglected, or what we call that, unheard, and there are so many opportunist leader, or I can say opportunist leader, they will always try not to highlight these people. Yeah, or the leaders with I mean, there are leaders who dislike this kind of people. They will not give a chance for these people to grow up normally. Yeah, so not to say they are totally what we call that non-exist. Yeah, but they are still maybe at the middle level, yeah, lower level managers, leaders. Yeah, they are still, but they have no clear or not good what we call it career. They don't have good career track lah, because people don't like this kind of, or they don't want these people to be promoted. Yeah. So again, I can say there are still, and we hope that we still have these people around.
Okay, there are one question from Tan Zuan. In certain situation, we are not only need to be a leader, right? We have to play out part as both leader and followers. Sometimes we agree to our leader, sometimes we voice out the problem to our leader as he or she might not aware of the problem. So that's the question.
Yes,
So,
yes,
boleh
yes.
do video tak? We can't see your face.
Video?
Yeah, open video. Right.
Okay. Actually, okay. Actually, being a leader, as I said just now, yeah, sometimes we are an official leader, for example, to our student organization. But at certain situation where we ask our subordinates to take charge of a certain program, so actually at that point of time, they are the leader for that program. And we unofficially become the followers. We are becoming a members of that program. So we have to act ourselves as a members. You know, we cannot like try to what we call that, overrule, yeah, his role as a leader at that time. So we have to be fair to our friends, give them a space to be a leader. But if you have something, for example, not to agree upon on what he is doing whatsoever, or you have your opinion over his style or what he is doing, you can talk separately. You can talk, discuss separately, give respect to him. And then if the followers, if you are a leader, if the followers raise a problem to a leader, act professionally. First, you have to be a very good listener. Yeah, very good listener means you lend your ears to them, and then after that, you jot down, you take note, pay your attention to their what we call that, complaints or to any issues raised by them. After you take notes, then make sure you attend to the problem properly. Because, and not to trap yourself in the wrong kind of judgment over the problems, and try to collect as much as possible the information related to the problem, because lack of information will lead to the improper decisions or unwise decision. So try to collect information from multi sources so that you are able to come out a very, what we call as a wise decision, very fair decision, very, what we call the informative kind of decision or judgment over the problem. Yeah, it's no harm to take any issue raised by your colleagues, and try not to belittle whatever they say. Yeah, it may be what we call that small to you, but it may be big to them. Yeah, we cannot always say that it's just a simple issue. Why you raise it? No. Because you have to appreciate, you have to acknowledge, because there might be something they try to hint you over that issue, where they try to be very tactful in giving the information. So treat everything as important and try to look into that as much as possible. Yeah, that's how I can say.
From Cik Muhammad, how to nurture integrity?
How to nurture
integrity?
Okay. Yeah, it is very what we call that big thing, yeah, to discuss. Integrity, it is kind of thing. Integrity cannot come overnight. As I said earlier, it has to go through a long process in nurturing the integrity into the leaders. But there is no what we call that. There is no excuses over that. But one way to nurture integrity is to upgrade their level of moral knowledge, or what we call that ethical knowledge, and most importantly, it's about religious teaching. Yeah, religious teaching and also religious practices. Yeah, in their daily life. Yeah, so we have to promote this thing. We cannot just one time off kind of station, but we have to have continuous kind of installations, yeah, inculcations of these kind of values. It has to be continuous. Yeah, for example, like if we have integrity center, and then we keep on like having either monthly program for the leaders to nurture kind of issues within integrity. We have to discuss, we have to look into the case studies whatsoever, and we try to get into this issue deeply and look at the consequences, the results of the action and so forth. Yeah, for example, then we hope that our current leaders able to open up their mind, look at a wider scope, and they're able to what we call they are able to calculate the risk, yeah, of what we call committing themselves into this unethical or having an integrity kind of practices in the organization. We can do that if we have determinations. We want to produce that. I think there will always a way of doing that. So yeah.
Okay, Doctor. Maybe our last question from Muhammad Faris Yahani. Can I know how to voice out some problems that occur in our team in the most proper way? Because if we speak up during the meeting, some of the people might be offended, even the fault is made by them. So how to handle this?
All right, there are many strategies in doing so. I know we have to be very tactical. As what among the Muslim scholars say, yeah, Muslim scholars say that if you want to give a good advice, if you do it in the wrong way, it not become a honey, it not became honey, but it become a poison. Instead of accepting the advice, they will rejecting the advice. But the proper way of doing that is very, very important. This is also same as like we want to raise comment or issues to our leaders. Yeah. So we have to look at the possible way of channeling, yeah, our issues. First, if we know that our current leaders cannot accept an open comments or open criticisms, or we ourselves find out that it may not be proper for us to openly voice out that, then we find other ways. The other ways is that another strategy of doing that is, first you have to PM, personal message to the person. When you want to personal message, first of all, yeah, you must choose an appropriate wording. Yeah, word need to be very appropriate. If you wrongly choose the word, it may give different interpretations. Yeah, if different understanding. So most of the time, when we want to email or want to personal message the person, we try to use the natural word. Natural word meaning that there is no double meaning, triple meaning of that word. Try to use a very natural word in our explanation. Okay. So this is very, very important when you are explaining about the problem. Okay. If you cannot use personal message or personal email to the person, for example, it may not be effective. You can set what we call that personal discussion. You try to call the person over lunch, maybe over dinner, or maybe in a private meeting, one-to-one, and you try to explain the situation. Okay, that is another strategy. Yeah. First, you have to have the courage to meet the person and explain and tell your genuine intention. And the third one is, it will always be very, very effective in a way that you choose his favorite person, You know, you may not be favored by him. You always be a beast in the team, for example. You always make a noise, but then people know your attitude is, and they don't like to listen to you, for example. But you use his favorite person, for example, the person that he can trust most. You go and approach this person, try to explain everything to this person, and let this person convey the message to him. Yeah, and this person will be the most trusted person by your leaders. You have to convince the person first. You have to explain the person to that person first. Yeah, then he will convey that message to the leader. That is three different ways that you can use in order to channel your complaints or channel your issues to the leaders. Yeah, maybe there are some other ways lah you can do so. Yeah, but so far I have been using these three methods in channeling my issue. Yeah, so you can try that out first lah. If not, then we have to explore another strategy. Right.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Anuar, for great explanation. So I think any more questions from the participants? Can ask how to contact Dr. Anuar?
Okay. On the first slide, I have my email address. I think on my first slide.
Right. I think here the email.
Yeah, I have my email address. Yeah. So you can always contact me through my email, or you can look into my Facebook. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. On Facebook, you can search my name, Anuar Arshad, and you look at if my photo is there, then that's me. Then you can always PM me through my Facebook account.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Please contact Dr. Anuar at anuar_arshad@usm.my. Is that correct?
That's
okay.
That's
So I also like the terms that you use, holistic human resource development. That's very catchy because we combine three portion, I think, three intelligence. That is spiritual intelligence, emotional intelligence, and also intelligence portion. It's IQ, is it? So next, maybe we can have a very deep session on that topic, maybe.
Great. That's great. Yeah, I'm very happy to share because it is our model. We are the one who developed that model and it has been patented. They copyrighted this model. Yeah, I'm very happy to share with the students.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, I think there's no more question from the participant. Thank you, Dr. Anuar. We appreciate you taking time off your busy schedule to join us, to share your experience, share your knowledge about ethics and also integrity in leadership. I hope participants enjoy the session. Very clear, huh? Enjoy the session, participants. Respon
Yeah,
sikit
yeah.
kat bahagian chat. Kita nak tengok semua attentive lah. Sebab bila kita guna webinar ni doktor, memang kita tak boleh akses video participant lah sebab dia ringan sedikit untuk jumlah ataupun grup participant yang ramai. So yes, yes. Okay, boleh tengok di ruangan chat. Yes, very informative. 5-6 orang ni. Okay, lagi yang lain? Feedback sikit. Bagi penuh sikit ruangan chat tu. Bagi meriah. Exercise sikit. Dah tengah hari ni kan. Masing-masing dah lapar. Okay, terima kasih. Terima kasih, bagus. Yes, enjoy. Pengisian yang padat. Padat. Yeah. Yes, enjoy. Okay. Best session, really helpful. Okay, so please complete the form, feedback form. Saya dah attach dia punya link di ruangan chat. So Cik Muhammad kata okay, clear, yeah, informative and helpful. Okay, lagi. Okay, bagus, maknanya semua masih lagi aktif, doktor.
Still awake, huh?
Okay. Bagi pihak HDC, kita ucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Dr. Anuar, bagi pihak pengarah juga. Terima kasih, ini adalah first topic on akhlak. Jadi kita rasa sangat terisilah dengan informasi yang sangat penting sebenarnya. Sebelum menjadi leader, anda perlu ada 3 perkara. Anda perlu cari ilmu, upgrade level of knowledge lah tadi. Dr. Anuar share on ethical knowledge. Kena ada. Dan bukan sahaja di peringkat akal, di peringkat knowledge anda perlu apply. Bila ilmu yang tidak di-apply ataupun tidak diamal, dia hanya sekadar ilmu sahajalah. Jadi kalau nak keberkatan ilmu tu kena amal. Betul ya doktor?
Ya, betul.
So kalau anda nak bertanya dengan doktor, please jumpa doktor di Pusat Pengajian Pengurusan ataupun boleh email kepada doktor direct, ya, untuk dapatkan khidmat nasihat dan sebagainya, insya-Allah. Okey. Untuk itu saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada doktor dan juga semua partisipan. Like Facebook HDC dan selepas ni anda boleh pergi ke YouTube HDC untuk dapatkan recording sesi hari ini, insya-Allah.